You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I did not have the ability to record this when it happened last night when the news broke because I was literally covering a Caitlin Clark Indiana Fever ball game when this came out. So today we're going to look at some of the reaction around the league. It is pretty amazing, and I'm going to be the first to tell you, I'm a 49ers fan, lifelong. I loved those Jim Harbaugh teams. I'll never forgive Jed York for pushing Jim Harbaugh out the door. Fact is, a lot of people don't realize Jed York's got a bit of a pompous asshole to him, and it rubbed Jim Harbaugh the wrong way, and they couldn't get along. They butted heads, and that sent us spiraling down a path towards Jim Tomsula and Mike Singletary and Chip Kelly, because the owner couldn't put his ego out of the way. But I loved those teams. I loved that defense. Navarro Bowman, Justin Smith, Patrick Willis, and Aldon Smith. And, of course, Aldon Smith could not, unfortunately, and you're seeing this a lot with the media today. Look, I was a huge Aldon Smith fan. And when I saw this news, I just shook my head and was like, this is just awful. But hardly anybody has acknowledged, hey, he had some problems. And there was some things over the last several years. And that got in the way of his playing career. What was he? Suspended for 4 seasons, I think. Let's just look. I've got it right here. It still, as a Niners fan, it sucks. It does. Right here, 2016 through 2019, he was suspended for 4 seasons. There is some details that are coming out by way of the San Francisco Chronicle. Aldon Smith's friend, Amir, talks about Aldon's final hours. Amir Shirazi walked out of his Los Gatos house Saturday morning. I'm in Texas, so I'm sure people listening or watching this is like, it's pronounced this way. Dude, I'm not from there, okay? House Saturday morning and found his massive friend, Aldon Smith, slumped over in the front passenger seat of his white Chevy pickup. He thought Smith was asleep with his eyes open, his 6'4" frame slightly twitching. Yikes. Shirazi said he quickly knew something was wrong. He thought it was possibly a seizure, and then maybe a massive heart attack. Shortly before noon, Shirazi told the Chronicle in an exclusive interview he called 911 and summoned former 49ers running back Anthony Dixon to the scene to assist him with CPR. Less than an hour later, Smith would be declared dead at Good Samaritan Hospital in San Jose. His cause and manner of death are pending. According to Santa Clara County's chief medical examiner, he was 36 years old. On Saturday, Shirazi picked up Smith and the pair delivered 10 Little Caesars pizzas to Scott Wagner's, the co-founder of CHAM Deliverance Ministry, a local charity that feeds the homeless. And there is a picture of this, actually. This was hours before his death, where they were taking pizzas to a local homeless charity. Unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. There's Aldon right there. So, of course, Ian Rappaport, he was, I think, maybe the first one to break this news. It's got 2 million views on it. And here was the Niners statement. We are devastated by the sudden and tragic passing of Aldon Smith. Aldon's undeniable talent, sheer dominance on the field were on display from the moment he joined our organization, having recorded one of the best rookie seasons in the NFL. Has seen beyond his excellence as a player. Aldon will be remembered for his infectious smile that lit up every room he walked into. Our entire organization sends its deepest condolences to the Smith family and all who knew and loved Aldon. On the field, folks, This first 2 years he was a wrecking ball. 33 and a half sacks. Almost 60 QB hits. 31 tackles for losses. This guy was an absolute beast. And he was an all-pro in that 2012 season. 19 and a half sacks. You know, and then at 31, he came back with the Cowboys. I remember this run he had with the Cowboys. He had 5 sacks that year and a couple of forced fumbles. And I remember he made a little bit of an impact on that Dallas Cowboys team in 2020 that needed some defensive talent. Tony Farmer, a guy I like to follow a lot, it's really been on top of this Mike Vrabel thing, is a 49er dude. And damn, this hit me like a ton of bricks. Unless you watched him play, you'll never understand how good this dude was. Rest in peace, Aldon Smith. He was an absolute monster on the football field, folks. No doubt about it. But I'm not going to be irresponsible and not read all the comments, or at least some of the comments. There was some things. One less drunk asshole trying to take others' lives. A lot of people brought up the demons that this guy had. Rest in peace, but let's be real. Aldon Smith had every opportunity in the world and chose to throw it away with DUIs, suspensions, and off-field bullshit over and over. Talent doesn't excuse being a walking liability. Sad, but not shocking. Wow. If he could have held it together, man, he could have been the best to ever lace them up. Incredible talent, rest in peace. What the fuck happened? Aldon Smith. Quote, horribly sad. Is it? Are you sure? The violent career criminal that had multiple DUIs beat his fiancée, ostensibly kidnapped her, illegally owned weapons, beat up coffee shop owners, made fake bomb threats, and committed hit and runs is dead, and you're sad about it. I told you, there was a lot of comments on this. There was a lot of comments. You got this guy blaming Roger Goodell. I'm not joking either. Pissed away his career with poor behavior, damn shame. Great player, was always mentally unstable. Sadly, not surprising. Years of choking women, DUIs, suspensions, and the league handing out endless second chances like candy. The second he drops dead, it's, quote, incredible talent, absolute beast, what a journey. Well, absolute beast and incredible talent is true. Even if he did some shit that was bleeped up. The women he destroyed get zero tributes, no outrage, no glowing thread, just to raise Cope harder. I mean, it's fair criticism. It is fair criticism. Let's get that other dumbass insider to throw, quote, troubled in Aldon Smith's obituary. I wouldn't be surprised if CTE played a factor. Look, I am, the one thing I'm not doing on this channel, I am not going to act like CTE automatically washes away the bad doing anybody ever does or whatever happens to them. That's not going to happen here. Sorry, not sorry. Man, that's brutal. Aldon had freakish talent, was dominating the lead early, but off-field demons and arrest just wouldn't let go. Really sad. Gone at 36. This sucks. Rest in peace. Generational talent. The downfall is insane. The least shocking NFL death I can remember. He's basically my age. Holy crap. He was dominant coming into the league. Sadly, somewhere there are execs who managed NFL pensions doing the numbers and banking on these early deaths of players. Too young, too sad, too often. Condolences to the family. Man, so much going on with this guy. And like I said, I beloved those teams. He was one of the reasons. He had a lot of trouble. It is irresponsible for the media to not bring most of that up or really want to bring it up, because it is part of his story. Right, wrong, indifferent, but it still sucks. It still sucks that he didn't get it together and that now this guy's gone. It sucks that he ever did anything to these women and everything that these people are bringing up. Yeah. This is one of those cases where it sucks all the way around. Tell me what you think. Man, this guy, first 2 years, unbelievable on the field. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.